Imagine two Western capitals staring at the same threat and choosing completely different futures. In Washington, Donald Trump's circle is quietly preparing a set of business deals that would bring Russia back into the global economy. In Berlin, senior German officers are finalizing a secret 1,200 pages war plan for the day Russia tests NATO's borders. One capital is chasing profits. The other is preparing for conflict. The contrast could not be sharper. In Miami Beach, Trump's advisors met Kirill Dmitriev, one of Vladimir Putin's preferred negotiators. They talked about reintegrating Russia into the world economy, using frozen Russian assets to fund American investment projects, even reviving joint space missions between SpaceX and Moscow. The logic behind these talks is unmistakable. If the United States profits from Russia's reconstruction, then tensions fade and business prevails. But Moscow has its own logic. If it can convince the next U.S. administration that Russia is a land of opportunity rather than a threat, then Europe's sanctions lose their purpose. Its rearmament loses its urgency. Its warnings lose their credibility. The Ukrainians who are still fighting on the front lines would wake up in a world where their two strongest partners no longer share the same goal. Now look at Berlin. Inside the Julius Leber Barracks, German military planners have spent the past 2 years constructing a strategy that Europe has not seen since the Cold War. They called Plan DEU. It lays out in precise detail how up to 800,000 NATO troops would move across Germany if Russia attacked. The planners mapped every port, every road, every bridge, and every railway where armor and supplies would need to pass.
They also discovered how unprepared the continent had become. Bridges too weak for heavy vehicles, motorways in urgent need of repair, ports that cannot handle the volume of reinforcements, and civilian laws that slow down even the simplest security measures. Germany has begun to reverse this decay at high speed. Private companies are being integrated into exercises. Retired officers have been brought back to teach forgotten procedures. The country is rebuilding the muscle memory of deterrence. This is not an academic plan. Russian drones have crossed into NATO airspace. Fighter jets have violated Baltic borders. Sabotage attempts have been found on European railways. German leaders warn that the continent is not at war, but no longer living in peace. In this environment, Trump's proposed economic partnership with Russia sends a destabilizing message. Europe is preparing for a crisis, while Washington considers a détente. The leaked 28-point Trump plan confirms Europe's worries. It would freeze the war in Ukraine along Russian terms. It would lift sanctions. It would bar Ukraine from joining NATO forever. It would grant Moscow the territories it occupies and even the territories it does not. In exchange, Ukraine would receive weak security guarantees that fall far short of real protection. For the United States, this may seem like a pragmatic settlement. For Europe, it is a strategic nightmare. A Russia that regains its economic strength with American help is not a safer Russia. It is a stronger Russia, and that strength would be used first on Europe's borders, not on America's shores. So here is the future Europe sees. One path leads to dependence on decisions made in Washington. The other path leads to Europe taking responsibility for its own defense. Germany's Plan DEU is a sign of that shift. It is a signal that Europe can no longer wait for American certainty. It must build its own. The coming years will show which vision prevails. Will Washington's pursuit of profit reshape the Western alliance? Or will Europe's urgent preparation force a new balance of power inside NATO? Either way, this moment marks a turning point for the transatlantic relationship. If you found this analysis useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and visit WesternRelations.com for more political analysis and European perspectives. Thank you for watching.